Hey everyone, here's a question. Is this a leaf? Or is this a leaf? You'll be able to answer that at the end of this video. Let's botanize. Over geologic time, leaves have evolved to assume a variety of shapes and sizes, ranging from the smallest of about a few millimeters in duckweed to upwards of 20 meters in the palms. Despite all this variation, leaves are composed of a few consistent parts. First is the petiole, which connects the leaf to the stem. Next is the blade, or the lamina, which is the long, wide, flat portion of the leaf. Lastly, we have the midrib, or the central vein, which goes up the blade. In addition to size, the first variable leaf character are their margins. Some are smooth or entire, like this milkweed relative, while others are serrated, like this cherry. The next variable character is whether the leaf is lobed or not. In some species, like the cherry, the leaves are not lobed at all, and we call these simple leaves. In other species, like oaks and maples, the leaves are distinctly lobed. In some species, like this tansy, the lobing is so extreme that we call them dissected or pinnate. In some pinnate species, like the sumac, the blade of the whole leaf is dissected into individual leaflets, or pinna, and the midrib is heavily modified into a robust structure that we call a rachis. Sometimes it's difficult to tell which structure is a leaf or a leaflet. One way to be certain is by looking at the base of the structure and asking whether there is a resting bud or not. If there is, you can be pretty certain that that structure is a leaf. So in this Kentucky coffee tree, we might think that this first structure is a leaf. So let's look at where it's attached. We see that there's no bud, so we can be pretty certain that this is not a leaf. Now, you might think that this whole structure here is a leaf, so let's see where it's attached. If we look where it's attached, we do not see a bud, so we can be pretty certain that this isn't a leaf. Now, when we look where this whole structure is attached to the stem here, we see a bud. So, we can be pretty certain that this whole structure is a single leaf. We just went on a whirlwind tour of leaf variation. However, in particular lineages, leaf morphology is often quite conserved. For instance, in grasses, leaves are generally elongate and strap-shaped, whereas in beans, leaves are highly dissected and pinnate.